Hi guys, welcome back to Geeks Wargaming and the first part in a new series of videos. Those of you that are familiar with the channel will be familiar with this format. Richard recently finished his Road to Calf videos, so if you didn't check those out before, go and check those out. That follows Richard building his 30k Ultramarines force. But this video is about me starting a new Xenos race. You're probably aware that there's quite a lot of Imperial factions on this channel. We've also got some Orcs and some Chaos and some things like that. But we haven't really got that much in the way of access to Xenos anymore. So I've decided to take the plunge and go for Eldar. Now I know what you're thinking. You're thinking that I'm only going for Eldar because they're one of the most powerful, if not the most powerful army out there at the moment, and that's not the reason at all. When I first started collecting back about 20 odd years ago, probably longer to be honest. The first miniatures I picked up was actually some metal swooping hawks. I just really liked how the Eldar force, even back then, was very varied in terms of, there was aspect warriors, there was guardians and things like that. And over the years, obviously, the range has expanded quite a lot. So they've got, grav tanks and big walkers in the Wraith Knight and stuff like that. So I've kind of been toying with the idea of going with Eldar for quite a while now, but I've been put off by just the general opinion of Eldar. You tell somebody that you're collecting Eldar, and then immediately you get somebody sigh, and I'm not really into that. So I'm going to try and build a force that is reasonably strong, but not sort of a power gaming list. I'm not going for the most optimal units or anything like that. I'm just going for the stuff that I like the look of in the main, and where I need to fill out the force, then I'll do that. So that sort of leads me on to the box that you see in front of you. So this is the recent release, Wake the Dead. So this was ideal for me really, because obviously I've got my Blood Angels and I've got my Iron Hands, which are the standard tactical Marines I've got in the force. So I'm slowly but surely looking at transferring those all from old tactical Marines to the new Primaris. It just makes sense to make the transition now, because tactical Marines are struggling at the moment anyway. So I thought, well, I can pick up this box, and then that's a dual purpose thing for me. I've got the Primaris in it to flesh out my Blood Angels and Iron Hands, and then I've got a decent starting force for the Eldar. So obviously we've got the Spirit Seer as the HQ. There's Wraith Guard in there. There's a squad of Guardians, and there is a Wave Serpent, which is a fairly decent amount of things to start off with. It's so good, in fact, that I decided I'm going to buy two of these. So I've got two of these. And these videos will just be around me building up the forces that I've got. So without further ado, I'm going to show you what I've started with, and let's have a look at that. But actually, before we go on and look at the miniature that I've painted first, I just wanted to sort of go through sort of some of my thought process. So there's some really nice looking Craftworld colours. When I've previously sort of tinkered with Eldar, shall we say, I did actually go for Samhain, however you pronounce it. Everyone pronounces it differently. So the red ones. So I did start with those. I know they're very much jet bike orientated, which with the two Wake the Dead box sets didn't really fit in to what I was trying to achieve. So I was sort of flicking through and trying to think what Craftworld to go with, and there was a couple of pictures in here which really sort of captured my imagination and what I want to do. So it was, in particular, it was these ones. So the sort of the less seen Craftworld. So none of these are, you know, what I'd class as a successor chapter if you were a Space Marine. So I really like some of the colour schemes of these. So I quite liked the orange, because I've not seen many people paint orange force like that. So I was thinking about going with these, but I really liked this, the sort of the, I guess, aqua blue with this red and black helmet. And reading into the little bit of fluff here, Yggdrasil are actually a sort of a led by a strong sort of female presence in the force. And that's what the red helmet represents. So the females will have red and black helmets, and the males will have white and the dark blue or black in the faceplate. So I decided to go with them. And the other good thing about that is, because I'm not actually specifying that they are one of the known craft worlds, I can basically run them however I want. So I think that's, you know, a little bit of an advantage, gives me a little bit of flexibility. Whereas with my Space Marines, obviously I've got Iron Hands or I've got Blood Angels, so they are what they are really. So, and I didn't really want to be typecast like that. So we have gone with Yggdrasil. I think that's how you pronounce it. And the first unit that I have painted is the new Spirit Seer, which was really nice little kit to put together. A lot smaller, a lot more dainty than any of the Marines that I'm used to, but went together quite nicely. I did actually have to sort of paint the bottom half of the body separately from the top half, because the cloak and wanting to get some colour underneath. I'd know it wasn't done, so, and that type of thing bugs me. So the cloak was actually this lighter sort of aqua blue, was built up of just two colours actually, but just sort of layered over with a little bit of white mixed in. So we started with the Araman base. That was over a Mechanicus standard grey primer. And then the highlight is just Temple Guard blue. Recesses are with the Drakenhof Nightshade, I believe it's called. And then we've got some, I think it's Pallid Witch Flesh on the sort of the bone colours, and then just going up through golds. The sword is corn red, and then highlighted with Screamer pink, and then up to sort of the white extreme highlight that you see there. The face is actually a very, very dark blue, so that was Cantor blue, and then I think 2 or 3 coats of the Drakenhof Nightshade to get to that effect. So there he is. It's the first HQ of the Force. Really happy with how he has turned out. I think he looks quite good, and they're pretty good on the table, I understand. The Spirit Seers. So that's him done. So that leaves me with the dilemma of what to do next. So I thought, with me having the Spirit Seer done, he obviously works in conjunction with the Wraith Guard. I think anything that's sort of Wraith bone construct. So I think Wraith Lords and maybe even the Wraith Knight you might buff. I'll have to double check the rules. So I have decided that the next unit that I'm going to go for is the Wraith Guard. I really love these models. Ever since I first saw them come out in the plastic with the close combat weapons and the variants of the range weapons, that was one of the things which was getting me a real sort of itch to get some Eldar. So when I saw it in this box set, then it was kind of like, yeah, I've got to do that really. So I think what I'm gonna do, as I said, I'm not building this force to be the ultimate killing tournament list or anything like that. I'm just going with what I think looks cool, and some things which I think might look synergize quite well, and things like that. So with the buff that the Spirit Seer gives you, with the reroll ones to hit, I thought rather than going with the D scythes, which I know are kind of the option that everyone goes with, I'm going to go with the D cannons first of all, as they look slightly more powerful, but they're not as reliable in terms of the amount of hits. So with the Spirit Seer being close by, I figured that we'll give that a go. So I think the plan for this force is going to be that I'm going to probably use Beltan as the Craftworld. So, and I'm going to build everything around re-rolling ones. So there's going to be an awful lot of Shuriken in this force, and anywhere that there isn't Shuriken, there'll be a buffing character like this one to give that re-rolls to 1. So hopefully my entire force will be re-rolling ones, and I think that's a fairly simple thing to remember, and it's a fairly powerful rule. I know, as I said, it's not sort of the optimum tournament list or anything like that, but I still think it's got some legs. So that's it for this episode. The next episode that you'll see will be these bad boys all done and dusted and painted up. I can't wait to get my teeth into these. So yeah, that's it then, guys. So thanks for watching. If you liked the video, then remember to like it down below. If you don't subscribe to the channel, make sure that you hit the subscribe button and click the bell for notifications, so you don't miss any of the parts of this video coming out. I'm not sure how frequently they're going to come out. It obviously depends on how long it takes me to paint things and what other things that I've got going on in my life, but I think we'll aim for at least one a month, I guess. I'll try and commit to something like that, but yeah, make sure you click the notification button, and then you won't miss anything like this. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.